Hi everyone and welcome back. I see there's been a lot of new subs and I'm very excited to continue this journey of exploring those beautiful things back there with all of you. But I was thinking I'll quickly reintroduce myself and then we'll get to some great improv tips that can help you GM at your table. My name is Andre. I live here in Cape Town, South Africa. I've been playing TTRPGs for the last 20 to 25 years. I've been doing improv for about 12 years, but I think my amount of reps and hours in improv far exceeds my TTRPG experience. But I really want to today bring in that expertise and background of improv theater. I've done hundreds of live shows and I've taught a lot of classes as well. And I want to use some of that theory and address some of the biggest concerns and stumbling blocks and fears over relying more on improv during your sessions as opposed to, strict prep and railroading, which I think takes some of the magic away of collaboratively coming up with a never seen before magical world that you and your friends can create together right in front of your eyes without anyone knowing where it's going to go. And all of us can do improv. I'm going to show you how. So here are my 5 big misconceptions about improv. And I'm going to ask for your help towards the end to leave some comments down below so that I can address some of the biggest concerns that you guys might have about improv and GMing and how those two... that thing. But for now, let us start with the first big misconception about improv, which is improvisation is hard. We feel that improv is hard even though we improvise every day of our lives for hours. When we talk to anyone, it's an improvised conversation. And you might go, oh, but that's as myself, that's easy. No, we often role play in the real world in the sense of gossiping about that person or thinking what's going on in their heads, going, he's probably going, blah, 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 I think this or that. We talk about what, the motivations of celebrities, politicians, our friends, and all of them are, putting ourselves in their minds. If we can do that, you can do that with an innkeeper or with some random NPC. And the common fear with this is, yes, but those are very mundane, boring conversations. At my table, I need to come up with something funny or interesting. And that I believe is not true because that leads me to misconception number 2 about improv, which is you must try and be interesting or funny. Honestly, as an experienced improviser, some of the best scenes I've ever seen have just come from a place of truth. It's just come from a very mundane starting point and foundation where people are just talking and being true to their characters in the scene and the reality of the world. These scenes can be dry or serious at first. Imagine a scene where someone is just talking to someone else on their deathbed, where there's no humor to be gleaned there, and they stick to those characters, and there's a somber, emotional moment. And because it's all improvised, at the last minute, someone just misremembers the other person's name and just says a completely wrong name. And they could get a big snigger or like a laugh from the audience because A, it breaks that tension. Yes, it's that juxtaposition of very serious and you diffuse that by this ridiculous name that you've accidentally just given. You can't force that. Thing is, you're trying to be serious. When mistakes happen, they happen to make a very compelling scene, and people will remember that more than the scene that was trying to be funny. This is why often stand-up comedians try and do improv, and they try and also steal the scene and try and make everything funny, yet those scenes fall flat. It's because it's a collaborative thing, and you can also ask the players questions. Check in with them, be curious. Which leads me to point number 3. All the improv pressure is on me alone, the GM. Even if you run a game without any narrative mechanics where the players can add to the world, still ask them questions constantly. Curiosity is your greatest superpower here as an improviser and GM. And it also buys you time. Ask, wait, your elf did this out of spite or resentment? Or try and please help me understand their motivation here. Now you're trying to understand them within the confines, within the context of your own world, to understand how your NPC would react. You don't just have to improvise on the spot. Ask players clarifying questions. Oh, this, when you attack him with this, do you push him against the wall? Do you slap him? How hard? Are you trying to bruise him? Ask details and flavors and clarification and let the players fill in blanks for you. And then, once you understand the goals and the the actions of your players and what they want to do next. You don't have to improvise anything complicated or big, which is our next misconception, which is I need to improvise something hard to think of or complex. Again, really experienced improvisers have no idea where scenes are going, and it's going to be the same at your table. The same as with any non-railroady session that you're ever going to run. As the analogy goes, to build a beautiful cathedral in improv, you don't try and build a cathedral, you lay down one brick at a time. Between you and your scene partner, in this case between GM and players, but you need to know how to prompt them to help you to lay down bricks. And we don't know the exact shape of what we're building. We can maybe prime them to go, we maybe want to build a cathedral. If it's not, it's not. But the shape of it and in what order we're going to build what parts of it, we don't know. We're going to discover together. But the pressure's off of us because I need to think of one brick. It makes it so easy. You must just trust yourself and trust the process. And really, you can think myopically, and you don't even have to be very creative with what the next brick is. Maybe your feeling is, this is a bit mundane, they're just walking through the city streets. Someone pickpockets them and rushes into an alley. I don't know who that is. I don't need to know. My brick was, someone pickpocketed, rushed into the alley. Now, let a chase scene commence. Buy yourself time with that. That's maybe a few minutes. That's 10 minutes of running some rolls. When they find them, say that they're masked. They don't know who they are. This is where you can prompt your players' creativity. Just go, who do you think this is? They'll tell you, or maybe they go, oh Lord, is it that person again? What do they look like? Oh, it's a very short person, looks like a halfling. I know it is, it's that guy from earlier. Then it is that guy. If they think it's a great idea and it already prompted a reaction from them, beautiful, your work's done for you. Just roll with it. Or if they don't know, give a random description of this person's face. And you'll go, oh no, I have no idea who this person is. No, you're just giving a description. Next step, you're just going to give a name. Then ask the players, who do you, this guy has a scar, who do you think he works for? Just ask them. And if you don't know, it's like, he says, I'm a humble, insert profession here, tanner, and I am here on behalf of this or that. You're only thinking that step ahead of time. And before you know it, actually, every step on its own is very easy. And before you know it, it's going to actually create a very rich picture. And you can make up the rest as you go along. But I know it's scary. You're going to be afraid that you're going to make mistakes and that you're going to mess it up. But that leads me to my final misconception, and that is that making mistakes are bad to begin with. Improv and life is all about making those mistakes. I make them constantly after hundreds of shows. It just happens. You can retcon it. You can tell the players, hang on a second, can we just change that little detail? And they'll be fine if it's not with everything. If you do little bricks at a time, it's not going to need that eraser constantly, because most of those are legitimate bricks. But maybe you go, that name was ridiculous. Wait, actually, he doesn't look like a halfling. He was actually a bit taller. Or he was a short human, whatever. Like, rewrite that. It's honestly fine. Players are going to laugh at you. It's going to be good. Even just using the most underutilized question ever in improv and life is, sorry, can I just have a moment, please, to just think about this? Can I just have 5 minutes? Can we maybe take a drinks break quickly? Quickly figure something out, or just figure out a couple of bricks maybe that you want to lay down. Perfect, no one's gonna mind. This really helps to leave a little cliffhanger. Go, the NPC enters the tavern and takes off their hood and goes, we are all doomed. If we do not receive help right now, it's the end for us all. And we're gonna take a 5-minute drinks break. That makes sure that they're not gonna go on their phone and talk about other things. And it's not gonna be so hard to get them back in case you don't wanna break tension or concentration. So a little cliffhanger, even though you don't have to be too inventive with that, it can just be someone enters, this person says something, just leave things hanging. That's a little side tip. I don't know if I put this in the video, it's already in, oh dear. Anyways, above all else, don't sweat the mistakes. Ask players for help. Don't overthink it. You can course correct, you can be curious, you can ask clarifying questions. And before you know it, at the end of a session, you'll go, look at what we've built. This is pure magic. And it'll beat any pre-written heavy railroady story that a GM can ever make. Because it's not something you've just read in some campaign book. It's something that you and people that hopefully you care about and that you like, that are friends of yours, that you've built together. This is where the magic of TTRPGs shine. And being good at improv really helps this. But to be good at improv is not to be the wittiest or cleverest or funniest. It's just understanding your world and your players and being patient and being in the present moment and just working with the next best thing and try and understand the next step and asking everyone to add to it. Broken record, you've got it. You can do improv. We do this every day. If you have any other improv questions, here's where I want to ask all of you. Please do me a favor. In the comments down below, just say what part of improv with what I've just said sounds daunting. What part of improvisation during your sessions do you find most challenging? And I'd love to answer them. Not in the comments itself. I'll answer on my next video. As an experienced improviser, I want to see if maybe I know something that can help, or just provide you with my few copper pieces, as it were. Otherwise, thanks for watching and for being part of this journey. Till next time, may all your rolls be ones, because you're probably playing Dragonbane like me, where it's a D20 roll under system, so ones are good. Anyway, you get it. Bye, everyone.